Hey guys, what's up? Welcome back to the channel. It's Cynicalex, and today we're taking a look at the new Shadowlands, and we're talking about it, what the rewards are, what some of my tips and general practices would be, and finally what I think of the game mode in general, because it's quite a large departure. It's quite a large shift from the regular Shadowland that we've had for quite a long time now. So I do want to kind of bask in the glory and also suggest some things that may be changed or altered for the future. So essentially the way that this Shadowland works, now that it's reset for the week, it will now operate this way from now on forever basically, unless they change it in the future. Once you hit stage 30, you'll be able to continue going up, and you can't actually scroll to go down the stages, but essentially I've gone up from 30. This was the clear that I did last week. This isn't the clear that I did this week, last night. But this is, once you get to 30, you can continue going up from 30. And you don't get new stages in the sense that there aren't new stages created, but what you do get instead is you just get one random stage. And the stage will have a certain attack, defense, and HP bonus. It will tell you what floor it corresponds to from stage 1 to 30, so it randomly chooses a stage from there, and then you can check out the stage info, and you can also refresh the stage for a certain amount of gold. And as you refresh, the stage will continue, or the amount of gold to refresh the next time will continue to go up, and then once you beat that floor and you move on to the next floor, the refresh gold amount will reset. The base amount is 30,000 gold. So those are the basics of it, and what happens essentially is for each character that survives the fight on stage 31 and up, you will get one Shadowland token, also known as a cookie. And the cookie, once you get 10 cookies, you unlock a chest. The chest goes into your inbox, so if you're curious about where it will show up here on the chest tab. I don't have any now because I've opened all of them, and I'll discuss my rewards with you guys soon. But that is the basic premise. So there's basically two ways that you can go about doing Shadowland from now on. And of course, you still have to reach stage 30. That's kind of a prerequisite. You can either, from stage 31 up, you can use one character at a time. That way you can push to a higher stage. That's for personal glory. You may also be one of the first people to show up on stages 50, 60, or 70. There is no tracker for the first person to hit stage 40. And that way you may see your name here. You may enjoy that kind of prestige of having your name in the game listed for everyone to see. And as people hit, floor 78, 79, their name will also appear briefly as a notification on the regular chats. You can see there All Might reaching level 77, floor 78, Monster reaching floor 76, etc. So it's kind of, some kind of worldwide prestige international. Or what you can do is you can play every stage with 3 characters. You can bring in one main DPS and then 2 whatever characters, just garbage characters, and you can push to a lower stage. Let's say instead of pushing to 60, instead of pushing to 90, you push to 60, but you get your tokens faster, because for every character that survives, that does not die during the stage, you don't have to switch to the character, you don't have to use the character, they just have to be on the team and they have to not die. For every character that survives, they will contribute 1 token. So if a character dies, the best thing to do is to just reset the stage, to try again, unless you're playing a really difficult stage, and unless you don't think you can beat the stage again if you retried. So for the most part, you should retry. Now, what are the rewards? I think that's the thing that people are most excited about. So the rewards are random. You can see the list of rewards by clicking on the box. The good thing about these rewards is they do include the opportunity to get CTPs, including the 2 new ones. Not the CTP of Veteran. They do not include anything below a 4-star obelisk, which is good. Netmarble's starting to learn that some of these rewards are shitty. I do think that they can improve upon these, but I'll talk about it in a minute. They include 4, 5, and 6-star cards. They include 5 and 6-star ISO, and then they also include 4, 5, and 6-star Uru. So not the largest reward pool you might see, but not that small either. It's kind of in between. As far as the rewards go, I got 20 hidden tickets for my first box. I got a 6-star Fierce or a 6-star Yellow ISO for my second one. I got 2 4-star Obelisks as my third and I think 7th reward. I got 50 clear tickets, and then I also got 750,000 gold, and that's what I've gotten getting up to stage 55. Some of my clears were with 1 character, some with 2, some with 3. I also lost 2 of my tokens because 2 characters died by accident, so I should technically have 3 cookies out of 10 instead of 1. but that's okay. I don't have a lot of other rewards from a lot of other players, but one in particular, Small, he was able to give me his rewards because he tracked them, so thank you. He got to stage 50, and he also got 750,000 gold. He got a 6-star silver Uru, or silver ISO. He got a legendary dodge Uru, so a 5-star dodge. He got a 5-star yellow ISO, and then he got a 4-star obelisk. So a pretty good mixture of obelisks and ISO with some Uru in there, or hidden tickets and gold. Pretty kind of balanced rewards. I haven't heard of anyone getting a CTP yet. What I think they can do to improve these rewards, I think they're quite good. They could be slightly better if they removed the clear tickets, because getting 50 clear tickets actually feels really bad. And if they removed also the 4-star obelisk and the 4-star boost and 5-star boost. I think if they remove those 4 rewards, that would be the best possible rewards. I mean, of course, they could still make them better. They could remove the 4-star cards. I think that would be amazing, but we can't have everything that we want. And I think they could also remove the 4-star variants of the Uru. That would kind of be the nuts rewards, like the best possible reward table, and then maybe throwing in, like, I don't know, rank 6 black antimatter, the super rare one. But I'm pretty happy with these rewards. This is an optional game mode. It requires you to build up your entire roster, and it rewards you for building up your entire roster. You don't necessarily need to have all 187 characters completely decked out with CTPs, but let's say you want to get, 90 floors, you're going to need to build 90 characters, and then you can kind of outfit the last remaining 90 or so as kind of just characters to go alongside them on certain stages. Now, for some general tips that I have for you now, regarding getting through stage 1 to 30, that's kind of the most important part. It's actually less important what you do after stage 30, because after stage 30, whether you're using 1 character or 3, is really just up to you. Do you want the prestige of going higher? Use 1 character. Do you want to get it done with and you want to get it over with quickly? Use 3 characters. But you'll still get the same number of reward in terms of the number of Shadowland tokens you get. But on stage 1 to 30, if you waste characters, you are robbing yourself of more rewards. Now, you are right, there are rewards for completing stages 1 to 30 with 3 characters. There's every time there's a stage, they will give you 1 extra bonus reward that rolls randomly when you have the full slot filled. And same goes for these entry stages. You only need to fill out the other 2 slots. You don't need to fill all 6. But those rewards are generally pretty bad. It's like a 1 to 3 star obelisk. It's like a 20 dimension debris, 50 gear up kits. It's stuff like that. I don't have a way to show you guys because I don't have the old Shadowland showing up anymore. You would have to have the old Shadowland. You'd have to be before stage 30 in order to see those rewards. But in general, those rewards are not very good. So I would say, without having done the math, that it's probably better to try your best to clear stages 1 to 30 with just 1 character. That means you're only allotting 1 character for each stage. That is difficult, but it is possible. Now, for newer players, of course, this is not going to be possible. I'm speaking mostly to, and I can't believe I'm finally speaking to you guys. Welcome. It's so nice to meet you. My name's Cynicalex. I'm speaking to veterans. I'm speaking to veterans not only that are whales, but also free-to-play veterans, just players who have been playing this game for a long time. It's so nice to finally meet you. I haven't had many opportunities to make videos specifically for you and to make tips that are specifically tailored towards you, because you don't necessarily need character builds, you don't necessarily need builds for cards or these kinds of different strategies. But now I have something that I can impart to you, because you've got a lot of tier 2 characters, you've got a more expanded roster, and even though a lot of your tier 2s are not built very well, like a Wong or a Yondu or something like that, you can get them through early Shadowland stages. So that's what you need to do. You need to grind out those early stages. Stage 1 to 15 at least, you should clear all of that with regular, bad to mediocre tier 2 and tier 1 characters. I used Gorgon to clear a stage by himself in Shadowland, believe it or not, and I can show you the clip of it later. I also used, did I use Fandral? No, I actually quit that one. I used Fandral yesterday, the day before, to clear a stage in Shadowland by himself. I also used Hogan and Absorbing Man, believe it or not. I actually did that, and Whiplash. I pushed myself to the limit because I wanted to save as many characters as possible and as many good or serviceable characters as possible for Shadowland 31+. Now, just using 30 characters for Shadowland 1 to 30 is not good enough. You got to use your bad characters, because you're still going to need to carry the bad characters through stage 31 and up with your good characters. So, if you end up having 90 characters at the end of Shadowland stage 30, you need to, I mean, you can carry those 90 characters through 30 stages if you put 3 on every stage, but you're going to need at least 30 of those 90, 1/3, to be good, to actually be able to carry the stage by themselves. Now, as far as the stage mechanics go, there's 2 things that you need to look out for. You need to look out for the boss floor in terms of the number and the associated boss, and then the bonus stats. Now, the bonus stats are going to seem scary, but honestly, it's scarier than it's not as scary as it looks. It looks a lot scarier. 400% HP, it's not that much. What you need to remember is that the higher the floor, the lower the bonus stat will be. And I'll refresh it now, even though I don't want to, because this is a really good stage. I'll tell you guys some really good stages. But this is a really good stage because it's got an easy kind of requirement. And these characters don't have they don't deal a lot of damage. They don't have a lot of effects. There's not crowd control. There's some crazy stuff. There's no environmental hazards. There's no lasers or turrets. And also, this stage only has 3 characters. So even though there's a 400% HP bonus, and that HP bonus, even though it says boss, it actually applies to all 3. So it applies a 400% bonus, so there's 1200% HP divided amongst these 3 characters. But stages that have more characters on them are worse. And also, lower stages with more characters on them are also worse, because the lower the stage, the higher the bonus. And the higher the bonus plus having more characters means you're going to get crazy stuff. So let me show you an example. So this is floor 19. You can see that the numbers have gone down from 300 or 400% down to 200. Floor 19 is pretty good. You want to aim for about 15 to 30, but you want to skip those like ending stages. You don't want to see 30 or 29 or 28 or 27 because they're way too hard. You also don't want to see the stage 25 or 20 that has Cyclops and has all the X-Men. Those stages are really hard because you have to kill 6 different enemies, 3 and then 3, and that bonus will apply to all of them. Additionally, you want to look for stages with just 1 enemy. These are usually the best possible stages. This is a very good stage. I mean, it's villains only, but you only have to deal with Malekith, and it's only 300% or 370% bonus HP. It's not that bad. These stages are quite bad because not only do you have a 150% HP bonus, I mean, this stage sucks. It's really difficult, but that 150 is stacked 5 times. So that's actually 750% more HP, which is ungodly and terrifying. This is probably one of the worst stages, and you can see because we've gone to a very low floor, the amount of HP that's been added is very, very high, and this is where you need to be very careful. 580% HP. I'm not even going to talk about the attack because that's scary as hell. But this is a lot of HP. You're probably going to run out of time. Remember, you only have 3 minutes. But on top of that, that's almost 600% HP. That is on 5 different characters. We're talking over 2,500 additional HP. I don't even want to know how much HP is total on this stage. We're probably talking like 7-8 million HP at least. And you have to get rid of all of that HP. You got to down those characters in 3 minutes. Not only do you have to down them in 3 minutes, but remember, only 4 of them or 3 of them spawn at the same time. You have to kill those first before. So you may have to take down a guy that has like 5,000 or maybe 3 million or 4 million HP in less than 3 minutes because you'll have run out of time by then. So you definitely want to refresh. Oh my god. You see, we got the higher floor stage, so the HP went down. You definitely want to refresh for a higher floor. Oh, this is so bad. You want to refresh for a floor that has fewer enemies. You want to go for 3 or less. And then you want to go for a higher stage as well. So generally the best stages, and I'm trying to find some of them, but this is costing me a lot of gold. This is a really good stage because there's only 2 enemies. Even though fire attacks are extra effective, you can use regular enemies as well. Like, you don't have to use a fire damage character. But this is a very good stage. If I ever see it, the Rocket Raccoon stage is also very good because it only has 1 character that you fight. We already covered the other stage with 3 enemies with Ronin. That's also a good stage. The Thor, Groot, and Jane Foster stage is also good. There's also a fire immune stage with Ghost Rider. I believe it's Ghost Rider, Angela, Red Hulk, and Green Goblin, Ultimate Green Goblin. That's also another pretty easy stage. I'm gonna keep it on this stage. This stage is not so bad. So you want to go for stages with 4, 3, 2, or 1 enemy. The Destroyer stage is also a really good one. If it's got more than 3 enemies, if it got 4 or 5, then you're getting into kind of dicey territory. You also want to dodge the wave stages, or the kind of the entry stages at 20 and 25. You also, of course, want to dodge the Dormammu stage, the Black Order stage. Those ones are going to get pretty insane. But in general, if you take all of those best practices and tips that you've used over the months or years, hopefully, in Shadowland, and you apply them here again, you're going to get the feeling like you're playing Shadowland for the first time. You're going to get that nostalgia back. You're going to get that difficulty back, that challenge. You're going to start switching characters to get your VIP heals off. Yeah, it's so pay to win, baby. It's really fun. I had a blast, even though it was up way later than I wanted to be, and I actually did end up building characters a lot more than I thought I would. Not only, you know, tier 2, but also tier 1 characters, rolling obelisks for them, giving them Uru, and I'm gonna end up building even more characters just so that I have more options and more tokens to get from the Shadowland, so that I can get more out of it every week. So I hope these tips help you. I hope all of this information is helpful to you and kind of guides you and hypes you up for it. I will be bringing you as well my full run so far that I stopped at stage, I believe, 55 it was. So you guys can see that on demand, and then I'll be live streaming more of that in the future. And if you want to see more of that on the channel, I can definitely bring you that as well. So hit me up, let me know what you guys think, subscribe, and of course, if you like what you see, I hope to see you again tomorrow. Take care.